Today we're going to be installing these replacement windows, and I'm going to start with this single window here and then show you how to do the double windows here behind me. They're actually the same exact process. This one just looks a little bit more intimidating. These were old wooden windows with the metal sashes. You know, the ones where the locks are stuck, they're always painted shut and they're fogged through. We have gotten quotes ranging from $800 to $1,000 each, and I have 13 windows in this house, so that goes way over budget. But for the real low price of $200 to $250, you can buy these right off of the shelf at your home improvement store, in my case Lowe's, and pop them right in less than 30 minutes each. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this really quick, straightforward video. And do me a favor, hit that like button so you can help this video reach other people and empower them to do some of these DIY projects. Let's get into it. So I'm going to show you how to measure these windows and what you'll need to look for when you purchase them. But these are right out of the box, right at the store. I got mine from Lowe's. They're the United Window and Door brand there. These range from around $200 to $250, and I actually get contractor pricing. So for this whole house, we'll probably be able to replace all these windows for around $3,000 as compared to the $10,000 quotes that we were getting. Now I know it's going to be really hard to film with the window in the background because the lighting and cameras just don't really click together, but I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna start with this small window here, starting with demo. We already skipped ahead for a step here, but I'm just gonna show you from the door frame. But there is a trim around this window, right? Just like your doors have this trim. So you're just gonna score that with the utility knife around all the edges to get that caulking broken up on there. And then you just pop it off with a small crowbar like this, and then that's it. You're left with this here. You can see I still have, you know, a couple of nails throughout. And then now just keep removing the rest of these little nails all around here. You can't get the window out if these nails are here. What we're trying to do is pull the window inside the house. We don't want to pop it off the outside of the house. We're bringing it in. You can see all these all around the border. So I'll just... All right, all the nails are taken off now, so this is one of my favorite tools to use just in general. I'll have a link down in the description, but you can use a small crowbar or really any tool, even a flathead. All right, so this window is a little different than all the others in the house. You can't really get this on here, so we're just gonna rip this whole thing out. But let me show you real quick what I was about to show. And I'm gonna do this window really quickly later, but this metal is hugging the window. So you just stick that in there and just bend it out of the way a little bit. This is how most windows are. There you go. And then you just do it on this side here. Again, you could do it with a little crowbar if you want. And then you just yank this out. But let's try to get this one, which is, again, a little bit different. It all works the same. All right, and I left my windowsill here. I'm gonna try to repurpose mine, but you can always break that off and redo yours if you'd like. I've already painted all these walls, so I wanna be careful. There's one more jam in the way here. And then go through the edges. And, this one's screwed on. I think they must have replaced this at some point. It just popped right off that screw. I don't want broken glass in my finger. And there you have it. We're going to clean this up This sill isn't in the best condition, I'm seeing. To measure your window's height, you need the highest point of the windowsill where the window will rest and measure from here up to here. So we got the window all removed. All of this is cleaned up. We've primed the sill and we're going to repaint it later. But now I'm going to apply some window flashing here, which is a little bit extra, although I think it should be like normal. You should be doing this. This is a cool one. It's by 3M, and I'm actually going to cut this little section off here, and you'll see why. I kind of wanted to run past this corner here just to keep water out of the corner as much as possible. It's not meant to look pretty. You won't even see this stuff. It's just like the 4th level of protection against water here. And this is that leftover strip I'm just going to cut in half. And now I'm going to caulk around this little jamb right here, which I'm going to press the window against. Ideally, I would use like Lexel or something like that adheres a little bit better, but I have some general purpose caulk. It's going to be screwed in, caulked along there. Then there's 2 more levels of caulk, plus you have foam, so this thing isn't going anywhere. I'm not going all the way in this corner here because the window isn't going to be flush against here. So keep it on the edge as much as possible so the window will actually hit that. On top of these windows, they come with this little plastic strip here. It comes with 2 of them. You only need 1. And that's going to block the little gap under the window, and I will glue this in after the window is installed in a future time. That's it. It's done. It really is that simple. Now we just screw it on and we'll trim it out another day. And that's pretty much it. Let's do it. So I'm checking the level on the window and it looks like I need to tilt it a little bit. So to do that, you just add some shims on this side, which would push the window that way. Perfect. In making sure that's level, look for gaps here and here. If you can see daylight, it's not quite level. Mine is all sealed up. And check the other side. You can see it's all sealed up on both sides, along with using your level. And you can open and close, and if it's smooth, then you're pretty much set. The other thing to look at is this top part here. If this is even there and even here, you're most likely level. So here we are with a good level window. Now to finally fasten it on, you pop off these. As you're screwing these in, look right here, and if the window starts pulling with the screw, back off a little bit, and that's your perfect sweet spot. And if you're interested in how this finishing trim is installed, so this is my window all the way to right here. This is vinyl still. Vinyl, 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 all window. And then this piece here is a 1x4, 1x6, it doesn't matter what size you buy. And I rip it down to fit in this space here. And so you can see it's just perfectly in there. And then I installed my final trim here, which is just your typical window trim. So typical window trim, a piece of 1x wood that I ripped down to size. And I purposely offset this to give it that dimension. I don't want to line this trim up perfectly with this because it would just look like I tried too hard and made it flush, and you'll always see a caulk seam, so it's better to just offset it a little bit. I did install brand new window sills here, which again, this is just like a 1x4 again, that I just notched out the corners there, really sanded these corners down, and that's it. It's just a piece of 1x pine wood here and pine wood in there. Caulk it all up, and it looks like one solid window piece. Once it's installed on the outside, you're going to want to put some caulking around this entire frame of your window as well. And then all this wood, all of this is just stuff we're reusing. It was already here. The window's just pressed against it. And then yeah, sealed with caulking there. Plus we glued it and adhered it on with caulking. Plus there's weather flashing. Plus all the caulking and wood on the back side of the trim. So this thing is as sturdy. It's all insulated around the border. It's good to go.